All right, hello everybody. Megan here with Ocean Rehab and Fitness. Nice to see some of the repeats coming in again. Today our focus is going to be some shoulder work. So a little bit of shoulder activation, and we're going to do some core, specifically hinging, and then we're going to do a little bit of punch work. So a few options for equipment today. Soup cans or some type of lightweight for some of our punch work. If you have shoulder pain, or you have a shoulder injury, or you have pain, like when you have pain, I mean going overhead, I would recommend no weight, just do hands, right? Otherwise, soup cans would be great. Probably nothing higher than about 3 pounds based on most of the people in here, maybe even 2. Okay, but once again, not using weight is totally fine. It's not a regression at all. We have to do what's best for our body. Okay, so that's your first thing that you need. And then we're going to be using a band. And I'm just seeing, probably like if you have multiple bands, I would probably get a lighter band, because we are going to be doing some punch variations with this band. So probably lighter to medium, but if you're not sure, you can just have all your bands there and then try it once, and then you can always switch out your resistance, okay? Because everybody's a bit different. So band, and preferably longer if possible. And then our last thing we're gonna need is a dowel, okay? This can be a broomstick, this can be a hockey stick, it can be a dragon boat paddle, whatever you have, okay? Just make sure that it's longer than the width of your shoulders. All right, so for those of you, there's maybe 1 or 2 new people in here. So if you're new, just a reminder, you can always ask questions in the chat box, and I will try and answer them as soon as I can. Otherwise, comments are also welcome. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Most of the exercises we do today are found on Ocean Insider Club. So if you're a member and you need to see what we did today, or you want to review, you can log into your account, and you can always go check that. Okay, so I'll try and use the names of some of the stuff we're doing today so that you have a reference point for that, okay? All right, we're gonna get started with some warm up. So let's do a little bit of release work right in here. So we're gonna roll right into the pecs here, just get a little bit of blood flow. Make sure this arm is relaxed, okay? Getting nice and deep. Finding any tight areas that you might have. Okay. And now, if you can, you're going to bring that arm up, and I want you to try and pin that arm a little bit, like pin that muscle, and then you're going to pull the arm back. So if I'm sitting and you can see my arm, I'm pinning, and then I'm pulling the arm back slightly, okay? So we pin, pull the arm back. If that doesn't work for you, you can keep your arm down and you can pull back like this. This also works, okay? For 10. Pull. So we're pinning, so we're pushing, and then we're pulling. Good. Pin and pull. So you can really feel that muscle working there, getting it stretched. That's it. Pull. And pull, that's it. And pull last time. And pull, good, release that. Okay, other side. So getting in with the massage first. Nice circles, trying to get deep behind the breast tissue, working into the pec muscle. Finding any tenderness you might have. Okay, if you can't find tenderness, maybe push a little harder or search around a little more. Or maybe you're going for what it feels like, which maybe it feels like kind of like a rock, right? Everybody has some type of muscle here, so everyone has something to find and work with. Okay, and then we're gonna bring that arm up either here, or you can keep it at your side and just pull back. Okay, you're gonna pin and then open up that shoulder. And again, pin, open up that shoulder. Pin, open up, good. Pin. That's it. Okay, last 3 here. 2, and this is 3, and pin. Good. Okay, we're gonna do some rolls, but really gentle rolls. So I want you to think like you're painting a circle with your nose. So we're gonna do a circle with the nose up and then over. And leading with that nose and over. Good. Nice and gentle, moving slow. And excellent. Now we're going to reverse it. Circles with that nose. 2. Up and over. 3. 4. And last one. 5. And good. Now we're going to do a look. So we're going to look to the side and then flip right over to the other side. No stopping in center. Look and look and look and look. Look and look. And again, look one more time and look. Good. Now we're going to do some shoulder rolls. Back and 2 and 3 and 4. We're going to get into the shoulders a lot today. 5 and 6, 7 and 8. This is 9 and then 10, reversing it. Let your arms just hang. So it's just the shoulders working. I shouldn't see this, right? Just those shoulders. 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Now we're going to bring the arms to the shoulders and we're going to do some circles. Some of you might find this familiar if you're doing the yoga challenge. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, and this is 7 and 8 and 9 and then 10, and this time we're going to kiss the elbows if you can, tap, and then reversing it. 1 and 2, this is 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9, ending with a kiss, 10, and then we're going to reach up, look to the ceiling. Think of getting a nice big long side body here, pulling down an imaginary rope from the ceiling. Other side. Reach and pull. If you have shoulder pain, you can just do, you don't have to do the full reach. You can always just do the side bend, okay, without the arm. Or maybe you just do a little bit or we go to the side, whatever you need to do, okay? But definitely get that torso moving. And good. That's it. Pull that imaginary rope down. This is 2. We're going to do 1 more. And nice. Now we're going to hug. Right in. And again, open up. And in. Excellent. And again. And in. And again. And hug. Changing your arm, top arm every time. And again. Last 3. 1. And 2. And 3. Now we're going to roll down. So tuck that chin, cat-cow, all the way down to the floor. Rounding in the spine. Holding the backs of your legs if you can, or maybe grabbing your feet. Slowly rolling up, initiating from the belly button. Hands behind you if you can. Shoulder blades in your back pockets. Eyes to the sky and lift your heart up. Deep breath, and then we're going to do this again. Tucking that chin, rounding down, all the way down through the spine. That's it. Slowly rolling up. Belly button initiates. Eyes to the sky, hands behind you, shoulder blades in your back pockets. Reach that heart to the ceiling. Deep breath here. Okay, and again, 2 more. Tuck that chin, rounding in the spine. If you're doing this standing, make sure you're really bending your knees. Rolling up through the core. So if you're standing, use your core muscles. Don't just roll up. Eyes to the sky, shoulder blades in your back pockets, heart to the ceiling. Last time, everybody, tuck that chin, rounding down. All the way down. Slowly rolling up. Eyes to the sky, hands behind you. Reach that head and heart up to the ceiling, eyes up. And good, we're gonna tap, rotate, tap, and tap, and tap, and tap, and tap, and tap, and tap. Good, 4 more here, everybody. 1. If I'm going too fast, that's okay. You just keep moving. Don't worry about the pace or doing as many as me. Good, let's get a little bit into those wrists today. So arms both if you can, otherwise one hand down, and we're doing one arm at a time. If you're doing one arm at a time, you're gonna do 5, and then you're gonna switch. If you're doing 2 arms, we're doing 10. 4, this is 5, so switch if you need to do the other hand. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now keep that hand up there, reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch hands if you need to, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's keep going with the hands. In and then spread. In and then spread. Once again, if you're doing this with one hand, it's okay. You're going to switch on 5. This is 4, 5. Switch, other hand, 1. Little hand therapy for the few people in here that need it. 2. There's a couple of you, maybe 3. And 4 and 5. Good, give that a shake. All right, everybody, grab your dowel. We are going to do round the world, 10 around the world, and then we're going to do some tipping while we're up there, almost like a hinge, but it's just a hinge from the lateral, so side. So around the world, hands are a little wider than your shoulders. Chin is going to be holding a peach. So when you take up your hands over the head, I shouldn't see you look at the dowel. Your eyes are going to stay forward, okay? But it helps to think of having something under your chin, right? I'm not going to do that. It's too heavy. But you want to think of something there holding it, okay? Here we go for 10. Up, getting a nice big opening underneath those shoulders. Try and get it right up above the crown of your head, if you can. 3, okay? And 4, don't worry about the pathway. If you want to take it up through the body this way for balance, that's okay. Doesn't matter. You do you. Do whatever works. Last 3 here. 1 and 2 and 3. And now we're going to hold it up here. We're going to tip over and then come back to center. Tip over and come back to center. Good. Feel those feet in the floor. Get tall. Excellent. Keep going. Tip and tip. Don't forget the peach under your chin. Tip and tip. 2 more here. This is 1 and 2. Last set, 2 each side. 1 and 2, and then bring that dowel down. Take a second. We're going to do that one more time. So 10 up and over around the world, and then 10 tips. Call these T-tips, okay? For the T-tip, the wider your hands are, the easier it's going to be to balance and stabilize. So if you have a spinal cord injury that's a little higher, I would suggest bringing your hands here as opposed to here, okay? All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Up and down. Good. If you're standing, make sure that your knees are slightly bent, nice and soft, and your feet are nice and planted on the floor. Even weight in the toes and the heels. And this is 5. And 6, nice. And 8, This is 9 and 10. I don't know if you can hear that, but every time I do that, my shoulder's popping. 1, tip, and 2, and 3, good, and 4, 5, 6, awesome. 7, get tall, shoulders away from those ears. 8, so this gap should be really big. 9, this is 10, keep stretching those elbows. 2 more. 11, and this is 12, and bring it down. Excellent. All right, get rid of the dowel for a hot second. We are going to go into some shoulder work. So I'm going to turn sideways so y'all can see. Okay, I'm also going to be putting my hand, if I can, on my shoulder so I can feel what's happening. If this isn't accessible to you, you can just have your hand out and put your other hand on the rim of your chair or whatever you need to help stabilize. Okay, the other option is getting a chest strap if you want. Okay, here we go. So arm out, I'm going to put my hand here. I'm going to actually feel, it's as if someone's pulling my arm forward. So I'll take my hand off for now just so you can see. It's as if someone's pulling it out. So you can see how my whole shoulder blade just came forward. And then it's as if someone's pulling it back. So this gets pulled forward and then pulled back. So you can see the ridge of my shoulder blade right there, right? So I make it disappear, the ridge, and then I make it appear. Looking right here, forward and then back, okay? Hand here we go, 10, 1, and then it gets pulled all the way back, 2, 3, pulled all the way back, 4, 5, pulled all the way back, 6, forward 7, pulled all the way back, 8, getting tall, 9, pulled all the way back, 10, just do one more, forward, and then back. Excellent. Okay, let's switch sides. Okay, so once again, here, you can have your hand here if you need to, otherwise down. I find it helpful to have some feedback, okay? Someone's pulling your arm to the wall in front of you, and then someone's pulling it back. Someone's pulling it forward, someone's pulling it back. And then again. That's it. Pull it back. 7 and 8. This is 9. And this is 10 and in. Good. All right. We're going to add on to that now. So we just did protraction and retraction. Now we're going to learn shrug and shrug and then depression. Okay. So we're going to think of elevating our shoulders. So it's as if we're going to, like if we were really cold outside, we tend to do this, right? So you're going to shrug up and try not to squish your armpits. So do it with really light armpits. It should be really pretty effortless for everybody in here actually. And then you're going to push down to the floor. So now it's like I'm squishing my armpits, making my collarbone wide. So we shrug up, easy, effortless, and then push. And then again, effortless, and then push. Good. And then we do it again, effortless, and we push. And again, effortless, push. Now we're going to put all 4 in a circle, or in a cycle. Sorry. So we're going to protract forward. So push forward like we did when I was facing sideways. And then it's neutral. And then we're going to retract backwards. So it's the same movement. We just don't have our arm out. And then neutral, and then we're going to shrug, and then back to neutral, and then we're going to depress down, smaller movement, you can tell, and then relax. So these are the movements of our shoulders, right? So we want to be able to do all of them, not just 1 or 2. Here we go. Up, shrug, and then release. We're going to depress down. I'm switching the order on you, and then release. And now we're going to protract forward. So shoulders round forward, and then release. And then we're going to retract backwards, feeling the shoulder blades squeezing together, and then release. Good. Again, I'm going to face sideways. So up, elevate, and then relax. And now we're going to depress down, and then relax. And now we're gonna protract forward and then relax. And now we're gonna retract back and then relax. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale up, shrug and center, and then depress down and then center, protract forward and then center, and then retract back and then center. Excellent. Okay, grab your dowel again. We're gonna get into some hip hinging. Last thing before we get into some circuits, okay? There's a little more technical today. So hinges, there's two ways to do hinges, okay? For those of you that want to use a dowel, we're gonna be pressing the dowel right up against our chest, okay? And a hinge is gonna be coming from the waist. So I'm just gonna show you my torso right now. So if I'm here, the hinge is gonna come right from here. So if my feet are flat and I'm pulling the dowel, it's like I'm gonna bow to the queen. So the queen is in my computer and I'm gonna keep my chest lifted and bow to the queen. So you can see how that's coming from here, right? I'm not rounding in the back. I'm keeping myself tall, and the hinge, I'm making this hinge, I'm squishing, making this gap smaller. And then I come back up. Okay, so that's version 1. If you have enough core strength to use a dowel, then I recommend that. You may not have as big of a hinge as me. You might just come tip forward slightly, pulling this dowel, and then you might come back up to sitting tall, and that's fine. Okay, option 2, this would be more for some of my quadriplegics that are taking the class. I recommend going sideways and walking your hands forward to get that hinge here. So you can see how my spine, I'm gonna move it up a little bit. See how my spine stays long here, right? So we're walking ourselves forward, and then you can use your hands to walk yourself back up so we can keep that spine nice and long. So from the front, I'm here, I walk my hands forward, bow to that queen. You can see my necklace is still being shown off. And then we push ourselves back up to stay tall. Okay, so what I really want to avoid with everybody, I don't ever want to see this, right? So big, long, wide collarbone, walk those hands forward if you need to, keep the spine long, and then walk your hands back. Otherwise, we're pushing, we're tipping, keeping the spine long, pulling up. Think of getting taller as you come back up. Okay, let's try it. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna hinge and then lift back, getting taller every time. Hinge and come on up. Good, and hinge. I know some of this is quite technical, but this is so important, especially if you're someone wanting to improve your posture. This is like posture 101. Okay, we're getting all those little erectors and paraspinals that are in the back, right? If we have them, we want them to work and help keep us sitting tall. And lift, that's it, keep going. And I'm simultaneously pulling this dowel into my chest. Okay, don't worry about the pace. You might be at a different pace than me, and that's okay. Just do what you can and stick with your own pace that feels good. Because I would much rather you get this feeling, this hinging mechanism than race through it just to keep up with me. Okay. That's it. Let's do 4 more. 1. Up. Think of your belly button drawing into your spine, just in case you didn't have enough to think about. 2, that's for people that want another cue, just to finesse it a little more. And 3. And that's 4. Good. That's another thing, everybody. Just a reminder, I do give a lot of cues out, and I do like to try and get somewhat technical with some of the work. So if you feel overwhelmed or some of it you're just like, I have no idea what she's talking about, just scrap it. Don't worry about it. Just get the little tidbits that work for you, or ones that really get you to focus in on what we're doing, and that's all that matters, okay? I know a lot of the people taking this class, so I'm trying to give people little tidbits that I know help each individual as best as I can, okay? So if you're new or I've never worked with you in person and you think half the stuff I'm saying is crazy, then don't worry, just do your own thing and just pick up whatever you can, okay? Awesome. All right, now that we have our hinging down, we're gonna add on. So hinge, we're gonna hinge forward, we're gonna come back up, and then we're gonna press. we're gonna hinge, we're gonna come back up. So we're making a compound movement here. So hinge, come back up, and press. If you do not have a dowel because you're doing the walk forward, you're gonna walk forward, come back up, and then you're gonna press with your hands. Walk forward, come back up, and you're gonna press, okay? All right, here we go, 10 reps. 3, 2, and 1. We're hinging, coming up, and we're pressing and down. Hinging, coming up taller, pressing and down. We're hinging, coming up taller, pressing and down. We're hinging, coming up taller. Make sure you're breathing and down. Awesome. We're hinging, up, press and down. Hinge, up and press and down. Hinge and up. Press. Good, everybody. 3 more together. Hinge. Nice and tall. Back of the neck long. Last one. Hinge and up. And I think I lied. I think there's one more. Sometimes I'm not good at talking and counting at the same time. And rest. Good. Okay. You are going to grab your band. We are going to add a push. So there's actually a lot of ways to do this. This is one. Okay, you can, if it's really long, you can put the band around your back and we'll be here. Okay. If that doesn't work for you, you can hold it in the front like this and just have a bit of tension here because we're going to be coming out. Okay. Otherwise, if you have a setup at home and either of these don't work, you can always, if you have a door, we're going to be doing a punch variation. So you can kind of have, it will kind of look like this, like a single arm chest press. So if this is like at a door somewhere and you want to do it that way, that's fine. Okay. For grip, just if you need some grip assistance, just wrap if you can. The wrap should be good enough for this one. Okay. But if it's not, you can always knot real quick. Or for later, if you go and redo this, just put a knot in it. And then you can, if you have tone in your hand, you can just do this. Otherwise, you can do it here. Okay. So lots of options. And it's all the same mechanism. So I'm going to demonstrate just here. Okay. And we'll pretend that I wrapped. Okay. We're going to take one hand and it's like you're going to punch and then bring it back. Punch, bring it back. Punch, bring it back. Punch and bring it back. Okay. We're going to do 15 on the right and then 15 on the left. Here we go. I'll give you time to transition in between. 3, 2, and 1. Punch and in. Punch and in. 3 and 4. This is 5 and 6. Good. 7 and 8 and 9. Excellent, everybody. 10. Don't worry if I'm going too fast. Just keep moving. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And I'll give you a couple seconds to transition in case you need to set up something. And then we're going to do the other side. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to punch. And 2, getting taller. And 3, belly button into the spine. 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. 9. Breathing. That's it, everybody. Full elbow extension if you can. 4, last one, and 5, and relax. Good. Awesome. Okay, let's start with just those 2. So we're going to do our hinge, up, press, and then we're going to do our punches with the band. Get some water. I haven't given a water break quite yet. Take about 30 seconds, and then we're gonna do those again. So get your dowel if you need it. Now's a good time to ask any questions or make comments if you have any. Okay, here we go. Getting ready, dowel in place, 3, 2, and we tip forward and come on up nice and tall. Press, peach under the chin, back to center. We're only doing 10 of these, not 15. Over, get up taller, and press, and down. And again, tip, and up, and press, and down, and tip, and up. This is 4. Nice. And tip, and up. You are halfway. Tip. Notice how my neck is staying long in the back. So I'm just letting my eyes go with wherever I'm tipping. I'm not craning my neck to look at the monitor or anything. Okay, good. Last 3 here. 1. Pushing that dowel against your chest every time you come back to neutral. 2. Up, that's it, last one. And 3. And up and down. All right, dowel aside. Get your setup for your punches, whatever that looks like. Okay. I'm going to start with my left arm this time. I'm going to get you to start with your non-dominant side this time. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Punch and back. Punch and back. This is 15 reps. And 6. Good, everybody. Last 5 here. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and this is 5. And I'll give you a couple seconds to transition. Other side. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1, and we punch. And 2. And 3. Excellent. Remember, this can also be done with no weight if we don't want to have it or we don't have a band. And 7. And 8. And 9. Good. And 10. Last 5 here. 1. This is 2. And 3. 4. And this is 5. And relax. Good. Put that aside. We're done with that. Excellent. Okay, get a little sip of water and we're going to move on. So we're going to be using the soup cans. Okay, we're going to be doing a press overhead. Okay, but now we're weighting it. So we're going to do one at a time. If you want a little bit of a challenge, go ahead and hold both soup cans like this as you work one arm. Okay. If you just want to hold one, that's fine. So other hand can be down to stabilize. We're going to be doing just 10 presses. Okay, but one at a time. If you want a challenge, you're going to hold both, do the 10 here, and then you're going to hold it while you do the other 10 here. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Up. Elbows are forward. And 3. And 4. And 5. 6. 7. This is 8. This is 9. This is 10. And other side, I'll give you a second to transition. Otherwise, we're holding. 3, 2, and 1. Overhead. And 2. And 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. This is 9 and 10, and excellent. Put the weights down. We're going to do a punch with a rotation. So we're going to be punching and rotating. So no weights. I don't want anyone using weights for this. We're going to rotate through the torso, and you're going to punch to the side and then bring it back in. Rotate, punch to the side, bring it back in, okay? If we are seated, you have your feet in the floor, and we're not doing any wiggle dances with the hips. The rotation comes from the belly button. So my hips don't move in my chair, okay? I actually would recommend, well, you could do this standing if you like, but it's actually almost harder to do seated. So if everybody's interested, I would sit. Keep your feet solid, don't let the hips wiggle, and the rotation should be coming from the torso. We're gonna do 30 punches because we're not using weight. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, punch, center, punch, center, punch, center. 4. Try and get a full extension of that elbow. A lot of times I just see a half. I want to see full. That's it. Feel those feet in the floor. We're a quarter of the way. Breathe. And 4, 5. That's it. 6, 7. Keep going. 8, 9, and 10. Last 10. This is 1 and 2. I said quarter. I meant a third. 3 and 4. Breathing. 5, 6. Full extension of that elbow. 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Done. Okay, come on down. We're going to do a punch with the knees. So I'm going to think of punching my knees out to the sides. I'm going to punch 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and punch 1, 2, 3, and 4. My feet are just staying on the floor. If you don't have any effort down there at all, or functioning muscles, then you're going to do some angels, or you're just going to take a break. Okay, even if you have any type of function or sensation down here, I still want you to do this. Okay, so you're going to think of punching the knees as wide as you can, slow for 3, 2, and then 1. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to open, punch, 3, 2, and 1. And then we go again, punch, open, 3, close, 2, and 1. Nice and tall, belly button in, and open, 3, 2, and 1, and open, 3. Go as wide as you can, and punch, 3, 2, and 1, and again, punch, 3, 2, and 1, and again, punch, 3, 2, and 1, and again, punch, 3, 2, and 1. If you're fatigued, keep trying. Punch, we have 4 more. And punch, 2, 1, and punch, 2, 1, and again, punch, 2, 1, last time, punch, 2, 1, and break. Good. That's a lot. So if some of you are fatiguing by then, you can still think of the punch. I still want you to try and think the mind-muscle connection. You can even look down at your legs when you're doing it and try and get a little bit of movement. Even if you don't have movement, you still got to think it. Because if we don't have that mind-muscle connection to start, it'll never happen. Okay, get some water. And then we're going to do all of these again, starting with single arm overhead press, rotating punches, and then abduction punches. Okay, get some water. Everybody's doing great. All right. So if there's any adaptations that I'm not giving you, I would love to know about it so that I can make it adaptable for everybody. Okay, so you can let me know separately, you can let me know in the chat or after, but if there's something that's still not working for you and I've given you an alternative, I want to know so I can give more alternatives. Okay, Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Up. If you don't want to hold 2, you can just do 1 arm at a time. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. That's it. 9, and 10. I'll give you a second to transition. Other side. 3, 2, and 1. We go up. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8. This is 9. Last one, and 10, and bring them down. Okay, soup cans aside. No one has weight for this one. Seated is recommended. Get tall. Rotation comes through the torso. Here we go. And 1, punch. 2, we're doing 30. 3, 4, 5. No wiggle parties in the hips. 7, 8, 9, 10, and breathing. Exhale, punch. 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you are 10, counting down. 9, away from ending. 8, 7, extend that elbow, looking over your punching hand. This is 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, sitting tall. Hands can be on your hips or on your chair, whatever. Okay, and we're gonna punch, open punch. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Punch. 2, 2, 3, and 4. Punch open. 3, 2, 3, and 4. Punch open. 5, 2, 3, and 4. Punch open. 6, 2, 3, and 4. Punch open. 7, 2, 3. That's it. And punch. 4 more here. 1, and 2, and 3. Last one. 4, and relax. Awesome. Okay, we have a third round today, so get your sip of water, and then we're doing that for the third round, those 3 tri-set, and then we'll cool down. You're almost done. So grab your cans. If your arms are getting tired, or maybe you started doing both, you can always take one away and end with 1. You can always take weight away. It doesn't need to be the same every time you do it. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Up. Good, just keep moving. Even if you're not at my count, doesn't matter. We're here to move. Last one for me. And just 10, everybody. Hold, transition. 3, 2, and 1. Good. This is 8, 9, and 10. Put those aside. Okay, punches, rotating. Here we go for 30. 3, 2, and 1. Solid feet in the floor or in your foot plates. Try and feel how heavy your hips are. The hips are so heavy, they don't move at all. Just through the belly button. Keep going. Exhale as you rotate. This is your halfway right here. Keep going strong. You're almost done this workout. Most of us have survived. That's it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, that's your 2, and that's your 1. And excellent. Now we're doing our last thing, punches with our hips or our knees, punching the knees out. Here we go. Nice and tall, belly button in. 3, 2, and 1. Open up 1, 2, 3, and 4, and open. 2, 3, and 4, and open. 2, 3, and 4, and open. 2, 3. Really try and kick those knees out. Open. 2, 3. Open. And again, open. And open. Good. 2 more, everybody. And 1, 2, 3. Working both evenly. 1, 2, 3, and done. Excellent. No worries. Bye, Neil. All right, everybody. Let's take a little bit of a twist to end. So we're going to come in, rotate. You're going to look over your shoulder. You can use your hands on the chair, on your lap, or on the rim of your tire, and look over, and we're going to hold. Okay, you're going to be on the clock here, starting now, timing you. Just get taller. And slowly unwind that, other side. Nice and tall, rotate, look over your shoulder, and we're on the clock. And slowly unwind that. Okay, we're gonna grab the arm and hug it. Keep this shoulder down, and you're gonna pull it across your chest so we feel a bit of a stretch here. Okay, you're on the clock. If this one's not accessible to you, if you're in a wheelchair, and maybe this will get you to throw off balance, put this arm behind you like this, and then you can grab it and pull that way, and you should get that same stretch here. Okay, so whatever works. Okay, slowly unwind that, shake that out, other side, reach across, or take it behind your chair and pull back. And slowly unwind that. Excellent. Okay, everybody, that was the workout today. I hope that you got a good workout. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Reminder that a lot of those are on the Ocean Insider Club. So if you need to review them or you want to see a little more detailed video, that's fine. Otherwise, this video will be posted and you can redo it later, and you can always pause it at some of the parts where maybe you need a little bit more time.